I am back with another disc review, and today we have a special one. We have two lightweight discs. We have the new Fission Defy, 153 grams. So I thought it was only right if I went and picked up a lightweight Wraith, 157 grams. That was the closest weight I could get. Now the Wraith and the Defy both coming in at 11.5, -1.3. So we got a pretty even comparison here. I have not thrown this Wraith at all, so I have no idea how it's gonna fly, or if it's even going to be comparable, but let's get into it. Start with the Defy, put on a little bit of hyzer, see if it flips up at all, and try to duplicate that with the Wraith. Might have got the first throw on a little bit of ante. You can kind of see the turn out of it. I tried to put it on a little bit of hyzer, but that was the first throw of the day, so we'll try to put this one maybe a little flatter. Definitely got more turn out of that than I thought. Oh, the Wraith still has some stability. Straight with a nice fade. The Wraith actually surprised me there. Kind of just flipped up the flat, went dead straight, had a nice fade to it. I thought it was going to actually turn over even on a little bit of hyzer just because of how light it is. Now the Defy I put out a bit flatter and you really saw that turn. So this time I'm going to try the hyzers again. Make sure I get that Defy out on hyzer and watch it flip up, see if it turns. Oh yeah. So the Defy actually flips all the way up to flat. I actually got a little baby turn out of it that time. Nice fade still. It's not like it's ultra flippy or anything. It just wants to flip up the flat, get a nice little S turn for me, getting some decent distance. Wow, I am truly surprised with the stability of the Wraith. I guess when you have such a lightweight disc, at least for me, I just kind of assume that it's going to be really flippy. Sometimes that's not the case with this Wraith. It's just flipping up the flat. I feel like it's kind of a perfect Wraith right out of the box. There's also not a lot of wind out here today, so we're getting pretty true flights out of it. This time I'll go with more of a flat release. And the Defy, I mean, it really like immediately turns over there. I feel like that went a ways. I wonder how far that is. That's crazy. So even flat, I feel like the Wraith, dead straight. The damn sniper. The Wraith, traveling about 356 feet. So I feel like, you know, we're not getting everything behind these, but regardless, 356 kind of on a rope with the Wraith. And then the Defy turning over like that actually marked 380. It is kind of crazy to see though that they're the same flight numbers, almost the same weight, and they're still flying a bit differently. Like they're still two completely different flights. I'll go ahead and throw a couple of forehands here. So I'm going to start with the hyzer flip forehand, see how they do, see if we can get the Wraith still to flip up even though we're throwing forehand. I mean, that was pretty much dead straight. I didn't throw that very far at all, but I also didn't get any sort of turn. A little bit of flip up, but no turn like I did with the backhand. And that Wraith, now it's kind of acting pretty stable, really. I'm going for the same kind of hyzer flip, but a little bit more juice. See if we can really flip them up to flat. Sometimes with my forehand, I feel like I can see more of a difference within a flight. Whether that's because it comes out wobbly, I'm getting a little bit more spin on the disc. I typically feel like with my forehand, I see discs flip up more often than with my backhand, but today that is not the case. Yeah. Holy stabes. Get off my car. I am very surprised that that Wraith is holding its flight characteristics as well as it is with being so light. I'm gonna try to throw a shot as if I'm trying to throw a flex forehand. I feel like with the Defy, it'll probably just hold over. But with the Wraith, we could get some really good distance if I get it high enough and just on like some baby flex. Yeah. It's really just a turnover disc at that point. Still threw it pretty flat. Might have got it on a little bit of anhyzer. I can't believe how straight we can keep the Wraith. One more throw, the distance competition, which means you're probably gonna see this Wraith on another anhyzer here. Even though I messed that last one up a bit, I felt like I got it out a little flatter than I would have liked to. But with the Wraith, I think I gotta go a little ante, try to get the max distance. With the Defy, a hyzer flip, see how far we can go. One shot distance competition I like to do. Oh, that could be so good. I'm getting excellent turn out of that. That is so far, guys. That has to be pushing 400. I hope you could see that. I did pull it a little, and then I got an extra turn out of it, but it was thrown kind of perfectly. Oh, it's just too low. It's always a bummer. That's what happens with the one-shot distance comp, though. You just gotta take what you get. All right, here's that Defy. I am gonna be a little disappointed if this didn't hit 400. Holy, 428 feet, which is the furthest I've thrown in a long time, I feel like. That is going to do it for this comparison. I learned a lot of great things about both of these discs. The Wraith definitely surprised me. I thought it was gonna fly more like the Defy, but it held that stability, kind of held its flight characteristics a bit better than I thought it would, even with it being 157 grams. The Defy, kind of a nice hyzer flip bomber disc. I mean, if you're really looking for something you can hyzer flip pretty easily, that was one of my furthest shots in a long time, and I just got the right angle, got a hold of it, and it just kind of flew forever. If you throw it flat and hard though, definitely more of a turnover disc. But yeah, kind of a fun one to play around with. Fun to play around with lightweight discs in general. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you in the next one.